So Captain Marvel is coming out, and we thought it was going to be a rather lengthy movie. It seems to land somewhere in the middle of the MCU films, considering its length, so let's talk about this and why some people are mad. So it looks like the official runtime for Captain Marvel is going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes. So right around 2 hours time if you include the credits. So, that's right there along some of the shorter MCU films. And a lot of people are looking at this and kind of upset about it. But at the same time, I think you kind of have to factor in what the movie is as opposed to, what it's not. It's not an Avengers movie. That much is clear, right? So it's a Captain Marvel movie, and I know a lot of people, when we were talking about, film lengths in the MCU last year, talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, that was on the shorter end. That seemed just fine for the story they were telling. They didn't drag anything out too far. So I think this is sort of the same thing here. I think people are just kind of upset that it's like, oh, it's Captain Marvel. It's the first female-led movie. This should be a lot longer. But no, personally, I don't feel that way. The movie should be as long as it needs to be, right? Why make a movie that's longer than what it needs to be and just pad it out with boring, useless scenes? And why make it shorter than it needs to be in some cases, right? It seems to be, 2 hours. That's a pretty lengthy movie. Honestly, you're lucky if you get that a lot of times now. So, honestly, I don't see anything here. I don't think there's any reason to be upset. And of course, this could change by the time the movie is out. They could add an extra 5 minutes. They could take away an extra 5 minutes. It's just kind of how it works, right? So, yeah, I don't think there's anything more here than that. And honestly, I'm rather excited. 2 hours seems like a good enough, appetizer before we get to Avengers Infinity War Part 2, or Endgame, if you will. Depending on where you live, I guess is what they're calling it. But yeah, because that's going to be most likely in the 3 hour range. So, it's going to be pretty epic. There's going to be plenty of Marvel to go around in the next 6 months.